It's May 30th, 2024, in the quiet suburb of Warrenheip, near Ballarat, Australia. Renee King, a 42-year-old woman, leaves her home around 1:25 p.m., carrying her black cat named Shadow in a carrier. This seemingly ordinary departure marked the beginning of a 2-month-long mystery that gripped the community. Renee had been living in temporary accommodation after becoming homeless. Her sudden disappearance raised immediate concerns among her family and authorities, especially given the freezing temperatures that winter. In a bid to gather leads, police released CCTV footage from June 2nd, capturing Renee at a residence in the nearby town of Lucas. The footage shows her ringing the doorbell at 6 a.m., shivering in the cold, and requesting clothing and water from the homeowner. She is seen putting on a second jumper over her clothes before leaving with 2 bottles of water. Despite extensive searches and public appeals, weeks passed with no sign of Renee. Her bank accounts remained untouched, heightening fears for her safety. Then, on July 30th, a breakthrough. Renee was located safe and well in Ballarat. The details surrounding her disappearance and discovery remain a mystery as full details were never released to the public. But Renee's return was a huge relief to friends and family who must have feared for the worst. Imagine being this much of a scumbag in public. Actually, strike that. Imagine being this much of a scumbag in public and knowing full well that you're a volunteer at a local church elementary school. This man is clearly just itching to take a photo of this girl without her knowing. You can even see him considering doing it or not doing it as he stares at her from behind.
Excuse me, what are you doing? No, I just saw you put that underneath her dress. Absolutely you did.
No, ma'am, I really wasn't.
You absolutely did.
Ma'am, I really wasn't. I promise.
Then show me your phone.
Get away from me.
Yes.
No, we're going to call security.
No, I really...
You absolutely did. And you were following me over in the children's section.
Because I have a sister who's pregnant. Ma'am, I really wasn't.
You've been extremely close to me this whole time. Please show me your phone.
No.
I really don't
Let's
mean
get
to.
security. Because this is absolutely wrong.
Finally, he makes his move. The only problem is he's immediately caught. So much for that job.
I really don't mean to.
No, you obviously did.
No, ma'am, please, I really
Nope,
didn't mean
let's
to.
get security.
Weak ass, man. Weak ass.
As terrible as it is to destroy someone else's car, at least the girl who took out the yellow Challenger didn't film herself. This woman, she didn't get the memo. She not only films herself, he makes sure her face is in front and center as she takes a knife to her ex-boo's back seat.
Tell your to go get her car fixed. All that motherfucking money. Tell that go get her car fixed. Yeah, that's what I'm on. Early morning. Early morning. Early motherfucking morning. Car wash. Car wash. Car wash. Car wash.
She then pours her Coke and her Mountain Dew all over the seats, all while taunting her ex throughout. But she's not done, not by a long shot. Next, she opens the hood and starts randomly cutting wires and tubes, likely doing thousands of dollars in damage. She even puts her hair dye in the cut-up seats. All things considered, it's safe to say that this vehicle is done for. Still, can you imagine what might happen if she later finds out that she got the wrong car?
You can't see me because it's dark, ho. Huh?
At first, this video might seem perfectly innocent. After all, who doesn't go to the store to pick up a few items now and then? However, if you live in the UK, you might recognize this man as Kyle Clifford, the crossbow killer. In 2024, he murdered 3 women in Hertfordshire, one of whom was his ex-girlfriend who had recently broken up with him. This footage shows him buying cans of petrol, rope, and duct tape, some of which he would use to tie up his victims. He also bought a crossbow, which would become his weapon of choice during the grisly attack. Footage from the day of the murder shows Clifford arriving at the house and leaving some 5 hours later after leaving his ex's mother and 2 daughters dead.
Do you accept, Kyle, that based on the evidence that this is a premeditated murder of 3 people?
No comment.
Do you accept that you have meticulously planned this murder from the moment that you split up the bodies?
No comment.
Interrogation footage shows Kyle in a wheelchair, as he had actually tried to end his own life during the ensuing manhunt. However, using the same crossbow, he only managed to paralyze himself from the waist down. He was later sentenced to life in prison. Finally, a video with a happy ending. Still, it's a shame this one had to happen at all. This surveillance footage shows a man following a young girl into her apartment building, likely with evil intentions on his mind. However, as the 9-year-old makes her way through the hallways, she starts to realize she's being followed. So she doubles back, going out the door she came in while the man has his back turned. She then finds a companion to walk her the rest of the way. Good for her.
No way, stop.
In March 2025, a manic episode unfolded at Dallas-Fort Worth International. A woman named Samantha Palma decided that clothing was optional and proceeded to strut her stuff through Terminal D in her birthday suit. But she didn't stop at just shocking travelers with her nudist act. Palma allegedly stabbed an airport restaurant manager with a pencil and took a bite out of his forearm. When the police finally caught up with her, Palma was hiding behind an emergency door, covered in someone else's blood. She also claimed to be the goddess Venus as well as the Disney princess Ariel and Pocahontas.
Yeah, you got action, people. Oh, oh, y'all just gonna let her do that?
Palma admitted to skipping her meds that day and mentioned that she was traveling with her 8-year-old daughter. She is currently facing charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Thank you for coming to help me. I was just trying,
Because I thought, so you're not like f***ing her. You're back at van, yeah? You're back at van, yeah?
Mayday!
Back
Mayday! I will kill you!
Back at van. There you go, look.
We don't.
Stephen Warren, back at van. Stephen Warren, go on, Warren, show everyone what you f***ing got. Go on.
We don't.
Go on.
We don't.
Go on. She was alright ringing me last night, telling me that every time you're going to ring her that you're going to text her, she'll tell me. Go on. Come on.
I know it's...
Warren and Steph back at f***ing van.
We don't.
Go on.
We don't.
Enjoy it. Go on, enjoy it, because this is going all over fucking Facebook, this. You watch, this is going all over Facebook. Steph McArdle, Warren Cherbrier, in the fucking back of his dad's fucking van, cheating on me, his wife for 17 years, but last year with some fucking bag.
I know.
You know that old saying that cheaters never prosper? Well, in some parts of the world, cheaters end up like this. This video starts with a wife accusing her husband of being with another girl on the back of a van. So she opens the back door to look, and what do you know? He gets caught quite literally with his pants down. The girl, for her part, is fully clothed but very embarrassed.
Alright.
It's alright, innit?
No.
It's alright, because the only person that's getting f***ing is me and fucking kids. That's the only person that's getting f***ing hurt.
No, it's not right.
No, go on, carry on. You want a f***ing show? You can have a f***ing show.
Manny.
What? No.
Put the phone away.
No. Have a f***ing show of it. No, I haven't. I f***ing haven't.
Man, you...
I f***ing have not.
You've proved it.
I have not.
Alright, it's over. It's over.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
What's over? You and her? What, since when?
Right then.
Since when? What, this is last... Oh, goodbye, this is last... This is going on Facebook, you watch. Ringing me up yesterday saying, oh, I'll tell you when he texts me, I'll tell you when he rings me, I'll tell you when he wants to meet me. You're a f***ing lying bitch. You're lying. You said you'll text me and tell me. You said, text me and tell me. Text me and tell me. Text me and tell me when he decides to ring me. Yeah?
I'm gonna ring police.
I'm ringing you. Ring police. Ring police.
Put the phone.
No.
You've got
no. No. No.
The kids are in that car.
So, yeah, exactly. Your kids are in that car. Our kids are in that car. Put your your pants up.
There's a car coming now.
Mainly, get the camera.
Pull your pants up.
Camera away.
Put your pants up.
Get
You
the
enjoy
camera
it?
away.
Did you enjoy it in back of a work van?
Didn't really think about it.
Enjoy it in back of a work van, yeah?
Oh, mainly.
The wife, meanwhile, goes on an Oscar-worthy rant about how much her soon-to-be ex's actions are hurting her and the kids before threatening to put the entire encounter on Facebook. I do think we should address that the guy's first reaction to her opening the van was to threaten to kill her. Hope the police see that one.
That much of a f***ing bag you are?
Mainly just...
You get it in back of a work van?
Mainly.
Ring the police! Ring them! This is going all over Facebook!
Where is he? Get him here.
Oh god. Someone tried to key something.
In July 2024, a tour group witnessed more than they had bargained for when their bus stopped in Labrador, Australia. The driver had parked up so the group could go pelican feeding, but he was soon set upon by an enraged 57-year-old man.
Hey! Order! Anyone hungry? Come on, order! Eat! We have to pick up!
According to reports, the man was unhappy that the bus had blocked his car, and he allegedly hurled racist abuse at the driver. Police later arrived on the scene and arrested the man, who was also found to be carrying a knife. In March 2024, 22-year-old University of Missouri student Riley Strain went on a night out in Nashville with his fraternity brothers, eager to soak in the city's vibrant nightlife. On the evening of March 8th, the group found themselves at a lively bar, country star Luke Bryan's 32 Bridge Food and Drink. However, at around 9:45 p.m., Riley was asked to leave for being too drunk. He informed his friends that he was heading back to their hotel but never arrived.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
As concern mounted, authorities scoured the city, focusing their search efforts near a dam 40 miles away.
This isn't going away. We keep going until we have absolutely nothing, no new tips, no traces of anything to follow up on.
I don't really know how we found it. I would love to say just dumb luck, divine intervention. It was just sitting there.
We're still here, bud. We're looking for you. We want to take you home for graduation.
On March 22nd, 2 weeks after Riley's disappearance, the search came to a tragic end when the student's body was discovered in the Cumberland River. An initial autopsy revealed no signs of foul play. An autopsy later revealed that Riley's cause of death was drowning, with ethanol intoxication as a contributing factor. His blood alcohol content was 0.228, nearly 3 times the legal limit for driving. The manner of death was ruled accidental. Riley's untimely death serves as a sobering reminder of the potential dangers associated with excessive drinking and the importance of staying connected with friends during nights out. Lots of people have problems with what many have dubbed our surveillance state. This guy decided to express his frustration in a very Aussie way by climbing up a pole and bashing a random CCTV camera with a hammer. This video takes place in Melbourne, so the chances of this person being intoxicated are somewhere in the realm of 95%. Still, did you catch the beautiful way he dropped the hammer right into the bike basket? Truly a mad lad.
I'm ready to be over here. Sorry, everybody.
Are you serious?
When you gotta go, you gotta go. And this lady really needed to go. Unbelievably, she drops her drawers in full view of her fellow passengers, telling them she really needs to pee. It seems the wait for the toilet is too long for this woman, but the other people on board aren't about to let her unload in the middle of the aisle.
I don't give a no you. I gotta go pee. I don't give a you're not on me.
Ever get the feeling it's going to be a long flight? I bet these passengers did.
Let me pass.
This poor little boy next to us. Holy.
A dog in India had the ride of its life when it managed to sneak onto a carnival attraction without buying a ticket. In truth, it didn't so much sneak on as it just walked straight past the lack of security. Luckily, the poor pooch wasn't harmed by the big metal machine. He may have been a bit dizzy, but who knows? Maybe he enjoyed it. Ever had a day where nothing seems to be going right? Well, then you can probably extract a little extra enjoyment from watching these idiot thieves bumble through one of the worst attempted robberies on record. First, they have trouble getting the door open. When they do, they encounter a jewelry shop owner who is not only armed, but 100% ready to take out a robber. Upon seeing the gun, the guys bolt, rushing out as quickly as possible. But when they do make it to their cars, they make such a ruckus that a nearby police officer instantly pulls them over.
You going to jail.
Alright, straight into the action with this one. This young lady is going hog wild on her ex-boyfriend's truck, and he's getting it all on tape.
Cheyenne, how? Here's your license.
He even manages to run over and get her license plate before she drives away. Sorry about your ride, bro.
Wait, so y'all just gonna leave this lady out here with no clothes on?
Being alone at a bus stop late at night can be scary at the best of times. But when you're left there by the people who are supposed to take care of you, that just isn't right. Yet, that's exactly what happened to one woman in Baltimore. Shocking footage captured the woman being dumped at a bus stop outside the University of Maryland Medical Center in January 2018.
That is not okay.
Due to the circumstance of what it was.
Then you all need to call the police.
Hospital workers, including security guards, wheeled her out and just left her on the sidewalk in nothing but a flimsy hospital gown and socks.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm at a local hospital where individuals have left a patient half naked on the city streets, and it's about 30 degrees out here right now. Ma'am, are you okay?
It was obvious that the woman was disoriented and needed help, but the hospital just left her stranded.
Ma'am, come and sit down. Let me get you some help. Come and sit down. Come on. I know it's cool.
People who viewed the footage were outraged, prompting an apology from the hospital and a federal investigation over potential violations.
I'm disgusted by the display or the lack of empathy that I am seeing displayed.
We take full responsibility for this failure, and we are examining our policies and our procedures to ensure that this type of event does not happen again.
He's like, I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead. Hell yeah.
This unfortunate fellow somehow ended up on the roof of someone's home after crashing his truck. It must have hurt, but still, it looks a lot safer up there than in the cabin of the pickup, which is engulfed in flames. The incident happened in Michigan on September 7th, 2024. 3 people were inside the house at the time of the crash but were uninjured. The ejected driver was taken to the hospital but was reported to be in stable condition.
Oh my God. Alright, go for it. Give me your wallet. Give me your wallet. I'm telling you now. You now. Give me the I haven't got no money, I swear. No, you aren't. Give me the I'm bringing it now. Don't make shit out of me, man. I don't lock you up. Yeah, give me your I haven't got no money. Give me your money now. I haven't got no money. Yeah, you are. No, you are. Give me your money.
One of the worst things we see on this channel is people taking advantage of the elderly. However, it seems that not all of the remaining members of the greatest generation are ready to go down without a fight. This 84-year-old man was doing his laundry when a masked man came in and started demanding his money. First, he causes a big ruckus, which causes the man to run away. When he comes back, the older gentleman uses a pair of jeans to fight the would-be robber off. Despite his triumph, it's a sad reminder that others aren't always so lucky.
What they do to us? They kicked me off the plane. They called me a terrorist.
This patriotic American was kicked off his flight and claimed he was called a terrorist, though I suspect the only one using that word was him.
And they want to spotlight. Sir, please calm down. I was just kicked off the Delta earlier.
After all, it's not the kind of word that gets thrown around in an airport without consequences, and he seems to be the only one facing them. So long, buddy. Imagine going to catch the bus and seeing this waiting at the bus stop. Would you continue to hang around or nope out of there and wait for the next one? Creepy clowns need to travel too. I guess the clown car was at the mechanic on this day. "30-year-old Caitlin Louder was a social worker from Murray, Utah, who went missing in bizarre circumstances in September 2014. The day before her disappearance, she was seen on surveillance footage leaving her condo barefoot in the rain, a behavior that struck her family as very unusual. Earlier that day, Kaylin had made several 911 calls, reporting incidents that responders later found to be unfounded. She mentions disturbances in her condo's clubhouse and claimed an intruder was in her home, though there were no signs of a break-in. Kaylin remained missing until December 1st, when her body was discovered in the Jordan River, about 5 miles from her home. The medical examiner's report was inconclusive, noting no drugs in her system and no signs of foul play. However, her family remained skeptical, deeming the circumstances suspicious. To this day, the case of Kaylin Louder's disappearance and death remains unresolved, leaving her family and the community seeking answers more than a decade later. In 2019, a young man met up with 19-year-old Megan Newson, a former classmate of his. Footage shows the two entering her apartment, with the man looking more than a little intoxicated. She had offered him a place to stay after he had imbibed too much alcohol and drugs. Later that night, he would go on to assault, strangle, and stab her to death. Footage even shows him leaving the apartment in the morning, clearly aware that something terrible had happened. He later claimed to barely remember the attack. Fortunately, he was quickly apprehended and punished for his crime.
Holy! Hi.
Camping in the great outdoors can make you feel alive. Being almost hit by a giant boulder, on the other hand, can make you appreciate life even more and make you think twice about where you pitch your tent in the future.
Holy! Hi. Holy! Hey! You got saved by this.
These adventurers were lucky to escape unharmed.
Yo, fam, this is someone's bike. This is someone's bike. It's clearly not yours.
This lovely British gentleman has come across a person who is either attempting to steal a bike or simply wants to destroy it.
It's crazy.
What the f you doing, man?
Though he doesn't help, he does make sure to get the thief on camera before the bike's owner returns to confront him. Looking at the guy, it's almost a guarantee drugs or mental issues are involved. At least the bike seems okay.
There we go there now, look. GAA.
Also in March 2025, a shirtless man was filmed going on a rampage in Terminal 1 at Dublin Airport in Ireland. Unhappy about missing his flight, the unnamed man in his 20s, who was reported to be drunk, turned into the Hulk and began hurling chairs and smashing anything he could get his hands on.
Straight fire.
Here, leave it out, will you?
Just.
Airport police were quick to intervene, and thankfully no passengers were injured, although debris narrowly missed people standing nearby. The man now faces charges of criminal damage and will not be welcomed back at Dublin Airport anytime soon.
He smashed up all the computers. Look at all this. Look what he did. Just because he missed his flight, look what he did. Gate 107.
Imagine coming home to this. This person's ex has literally trashed their entire condo, throwing food and drinks around, ripping up posters and art, and emptying the fridge contents onto the floor.
You're lucky if a heartbreak was the only thing you had to deal with. See, because I had to deal with my entire condo trashed and everything I owned stolen, from birth certificate, canvases of me from a magazine.
The psycho ex even stole the poor girl's stuff, including her birth certificate. Luckily, there's plenty of footage of the guy pulling off the heist.
Clothes, shoes, everything. Laptop, camera. Basically anything you've saved in the last 22 years of your life. But I was able to find a few sentimental jewelry pieces in the bottom of this toilet. But you know, I've never learned a better valuable lesson, to be honest.
And in other good news, this young lady has a pretty good attitude about the whole thing. Good for her.
And happens. But we all bounce back.
In early March 2025, surveillance footage from a bus in Lincoln, Rhode Island, captured a tense situation involving 48-year-old Junior Sage. The video shows Sage, seated at the back of the bus, wearing a gray hoodie and black jacket, engaging in a heated argument with two passengers. During the altercation, he stands up, revealing what appears to be a small knife.
Kind of crazy because it was right there and he walked right into school, so
yeah,
it's a little scary.
Moments later, he retrieves the pistol from his backpack, tucking it into his waistband and displaying it twice before exiting the bus at the Flanagan Community College campus.
I mean, it was a little scary, but it said it was in Warwick, so I didn't know, and then I saw the police come inside, and then I realized it was definitely here.
The incident led to a campus-wide lockdown. Sage was arrested the same day, found carrying an airsoft pistol and two pocket knives. He now faces multiple charges, including possession of a firearm by a prohibited person and felony assault.
And I'm pretty sure he came out this door because I think he was talking to people and saying like how crazy that like you're going to school, you can't even learn because there's crazy people in the world, but it was actually him.
It's February 8th, 2013, in the quaint town of Bannockburn, Victoria, in Australia. Lauren Whitehead, a 42-year-old mother of 5, enters the local Woolworths store around 4:55 p.m., grabs a bottle of water, a pen, and a card, and then vanishes into thin air. CCTV footage captures her final moments in the store, but what happened next has baffled everyone for over a decade. Witnesses reported seeing Lauren getting into a red Ford WD shortly after her supermarket visit, a vehicle she didn't own. That same mysterious vehicle was spotted near her home over the following weekend and became a focal point of the investigation, with authorities desperately wanting to speak with the driver. Fast forward to recent times, and the case has taken some intriguing turns. In late 2024, detectives armed with fresh intelligence descended upon Shelford bushland, about 20 kilometers from Bannockburn, searching for clues. They even drained a farm dam hoping to uncover evidence. Unfortunately, the search yielded no significant findings. As of now, the case remains unsolved, but the dedication to finding answers for Lauren's family continues. Authorities urge anyone with information to come forward, hoping to bring closure to this enduring mystery. This security footage shows one of the youngest convicted killers in American history, 15-year-old Mississippi native Carly Gregg. It shows the young girl entering the home she shared with her mother. You can't tell at first, but she is actually concealing a gun behind her back. Carly then paces around the home for several seconds. Moments later, you can hear gunshots ring out. The young killer then moves to the kitchen, where she picks up her phone and starts texting and playing with her dogs. With her mother dead in the other room, she would wait for her stepfather to come home, at which point she would attempt to murder him but fail. The 15-year-old was later sentenced to life in prison for the attack. Believe it or not, all of this stemmed from Carly's being caught using cannabis. It's a common sight to see people staring at their phones and not paying attention to the world around them. But being addicted to your phone can be extremely dangerous. In Argentina, CCTV captured a man who was glued to a screen while walking across railway tracks. He was completely blind to the approaching train, but thankfully managed to jump back at the very last second. close encounter might have knocked some sense into him, or maybe he's just trying to protect his phone. This video really speaks for itself. It's almost like the fish, famous for defending itself by blowing up into a big spiky ball, is dangerous. In all honesty, pufferfish spines can cause some serious pain. But the good news is that most cases of poisoning come from eating the fish, which is highly poisonous.
Oh no. You okay? You okay? You... Oh my god, oh my god. I don't want to open this thing now.
At Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos, Nigeria, one guy took the meaning of wingman way too literally. Identified as Usman Adamu, the 32-year-old managed to breach airport security, sprint towards the Asman Air aircraft taxiing off for takeoff, and casually climb onto its wing. Passengers understandably lost their collective minds as they watched the drama unfold. The pilot, channeling his inner hero, shut down the engines immediately, preventing what could have been a catastrophic situation. The incident happened in July 2019, and several airport security officials were suspended. Adama, meanwhile, offered no clear motive for his not-so-high flying stunt.
This one's for the camera out here. Gia and Miguel just broke up. Vicky's right there. What the? Look at the car.
While that poor girl from a few videos ago had her condo trashed, this guy's buddy ended up with his car destroyed after breaking up with his ex. As his very excited friend shows us, the ex has thrown food, tobacco, and even pieces of the car stereo around.
There's Swisher everywhere, bro. What the? His shit is up, bro. Well, the windows are there. You know, we're good on that part, but...
The good news is that it looks like this guy was due for an upgrade anyway, both in terms of the car and the girl.
A piece of the stereo.
I'm sure many people have missed their stop while not paying attention on the bus, but I'm not sure many people would react the way this Karen did. She went into a full-on meltdown, shouting at the driver and other passengers before pulling on the emergency cord and then on the doors.
Oh, you're a party worker. You definitely are.
I bet everyone was relieved when she finally made her exit. On October 22, 2020, 55-year-old KPMG executive Alan White embarked on his usual early morning routine in Dallas, Texas. Leaving home around 4:40 a.m., he headed to the LA Fitness on Haskell Avenue for a workout. Surveillance footage captured Alan leaving the gym an hour later and stopping at a nearby racetrack gas station at around 6 a.m., where he filled up his black Porsche SUV and entered the store. This was the last known sighting of him. When Alan didn't return home, his husband, Rusty Jenkins, grew concerned and reported him missing. 5 days later, on October 27th, police discovered Alan's Porsche abandoned, approximately 15 miles from the gas station. The vehicle appeared undamaged, but there was no sign of Alan. The investigation took a grim turn on May 13, 2021, when surveyors found human remains in a wooded area near Paul Quinn College, less than a mile from where the Porsche was found. The Dallas County Medical Examiner confirmed the remains belonged to Alan White and ruled his death a homicide. Despite extensive efforts by law enforcement and a $20,000 reward offered by Alan's family for information leading to an arrest, the case remains unsolved. As of May 2023, no suspects have been publicly identified, and Alan's family continues to seek answers and justice for his untimely death. In 2013, an 8-year-old girl by the name of Cheris was ejected from a Jacksonville, Florida Walmart. Footage shows the young girl interacting with an older man who had a history of sex offenses against young girls. The footage from the store shows a mother shopping with her 3-year-old daughters at a local Dollar General. A man then appears and starts interacting with the family, claiming he has a $150 gift card to a Walmart and can help buy the girls some items. He even drives the family to the store. But it was all about getting time with the girls to gain their trust. Once he gets a second, he leads the 8-year-old Cherish away, saying he's off to buy the family food.
Robinson. Hi, at Walmart. I'm in turn. I think my daughter's been taken. What do you mean? Taken by a stranger. I can't find her. Okay, and she was last seen with this man? Yes, he said he was going to McDonald's and he hasn't been there because the store is closed right now. I had a bad feeling about him. Okay, how long have you been looking for you? When was the last time you saw your daughter? How long ago? About half an hour ago.
He later killed the young girl and left her in a marsh. Fortunately, he was captured and sentenced to death.
You're not going to be able to open that door because the pressure's going to have to get out the window. Hello? They're going under the bridge. They're stuck. The car's about to sink under the bridge. How many of you? Two. A 3-year-old and a mom.
In January 2024, Storm Hank raged across central England. Strong winds and heavy rain put many families in dangerous positions, but none more so than a mother and her 3-year-old daughter who became trapped when their car got stuck under a bridge. Thankfully, a local hero, 28-year-old Liam Stitch, was able to come to the rescue. The roadworks engineer and traffic manager from Birmingham was filmed climbing over the railing and pulling the young girl from the car window.
Entered the water, it cut out. The woman started the car, told us to drop the windows. The car then eventually got to the current, the side of the river. As soon as the car got there, the current took the car, it hit the bridge. At that point then she said, I've got a child in the car. So I acted on that and got the baby out as soon as I could. The car was then moving on every movement that she was making. Then I went to my van, got a ratchet strap, secured the car to the bridge, and then in the process of doing that, got the woman out at the same time.
Liam then secured the car to the bridge using the tools in his van and rescued the mother from the rising floodwater. Good man.
And I don't care about rules and laws or borders or enforcers because I don't acknowledge you. You're not real. You're a superhero like me, so act like it. Act like a god. Because that's what you are. I want to see my kid. Call my mom. She's mine. And then I don't get to see my kids. No more lies. I want truth, transparency, and trust. No more enforcers. I want empathy angels coming to meet needs and make life more wonderful. I want integration and I want healing conversations that collaborate to meet needs and find a way to move forward together.
Okay, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on here. The woman in question is almost certainly on something. However, it's hard to be mad at her, given the fact that everything she's saying is pretty darn hilarious.
Yeah.
think maybe she needs some prayer.
No! I need us to ascend to higher consciousness so we are not running from our sympathetic nervous system. Fight, flight, freeze, spawn. I want us to attune to bodies and talk about body sensations. Say it, I'm a superhero. Look, you're just like a warrior and you're a king. Animals are meant to come to you because you meet the needs for the planet.
While the poor office worker just stares at her, she goes off on a rant that is somewhere between a TED Talk and a United Nations speech.
Then you're getting a tickle torture. Get everyone together. Come on, you're all getting a tickle torture and then I'll go. And if you don't come for a tickle torture, I'm gonna do get that superhero. I'm gonna do a speech for another hour unless you all come for your honorary tickle torture. It means your lovability is undeniable and ever expanding forever. Come on! I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
You already got it.
I know, but you're my favorite, so I just keep getting you.
Easily, the best part of this video is when she threatens the officers with tickle torture, before telling them all she loves them and heading out into the night, presumably to spread intoxicated joy to another group of public servants.
Air hug. Alright, I'm gonna go to the Starbucks. And I'm still gonna free you guys. I might come with my yoga ribbons and use it like a love lasso. And then we'll call the National Guard and you guys won't have to work. Cause I'll love superhero kidnap you. And you'll be in my yoga ribbons and I'll take you to my temple. Then I will put you in varying yoga positions while I deep tissue massage special pressure points to put you in a deep state of ecstasy and bliss, transcend you to another dimension where you will be there for hours and 1 second will go by and I'll do the same thing to the National Guard, okay? And when you wake up, the world will be more beautiful, loving, and wonderful, I swear it.
Okay.
I love you guys. Don't tell me be safe, say be brave.
Be brave.
I will, you be brave too.
I will. Good seeing you.
Love you guys. Could you please give the 2 goddess officers who I love a hug for me or air hug?
There we go.
Okay.
Bye, Dave.
Bye, Super Squad. Love you.
This guy in Vancouver was even more aggressive in his efforts to get off the bus. He kicks the doors with full force before leaving with a vile parting gift for the driver. Gross. In August 2021, Moab, Utah was rocked by the tragic deaths of newlyweds Kaylin Schlutt, age 24, and Crystal Turner, age 38. The couple, known for their love of the outdoors, was last seen on August 13th at Woody's Tavern in downtown Moab, where, according to the reports, they had complained about the weirdo camping next to them in the wilderness. Friends grew concerned when the couple didn't show up for work the following day and couldn't be reached. On August 18th, a friend discovered their bodies at their campsites in the La Salle Mountains. Both had been fatally shot. The investigation initially yielded few leads. However, in May 2022, authorities identified Adam Pikusevic, a former co-worker of Turner's at a local McDonald's, as the suspect. Pikusevic had reportedly expressed animosity towards the couple and left Moab shortly after the murders. He took his own life in September 2021. Investigators later confirmed that the suspect had confessed to the killings before his death, providing details only the perpetrator would know. In December 2022, authorities officially closed the case, concluding that he acted alone.
I can't believe it's over. I'm floored. I mean, did this clue really come in on my clue booth? Was it just a hate crime, you know? I mean, He hated the two lesbians that own the restaurant. He hated the fact that these lesbians appeared to him to be getting preferential favors.
The Moab community continues to mourn the loss of Kaylin and Crystal, remembering them for their free spirits and love for each other. Here we have footage of another dangerous killer. This time it's 25-year-old Scarlett Blake. Blake had a reputation for being obsessed with violence, having previously killed a cat in what they claimed was an attempt to impress a romantic interest. The night this footage was taken, Blake escalated, locating a 30-year-old man who had been out drinking with his friends but had become lost. Blake would later hit the man on top of the head with a vodka bottle and drown him in a small lake. Meanwhile, cameras placed all over town captured the killer's calm movements before and after the brutal attack. On April 13, 2021, just before 1 a.m., officers from Garden City Police Department responded to the report of a domestic disturbance in the 5100 block of North Quinella Street in Garden City, Idaho. Arriving on the scene, the officers are informed that the drunken suspect is inside the house and may require medical attention, having received scratches from the person sitting outside on the front porch.
Hello, Garden City.
Yep.
All right. What's going on?
He's drunk.
Okay.
And being
Okay. And?
I can't deal with it.
Okay. All right. Is he still inside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is he just drunk? No weapons? No nothing like that?
No.
Are you injured?
No.
Okay. Do you need medical or anything?
No, but I think he does.
Okay.
I scratched him.
All right. Can you move off the porch and you can talk to my partner over here? Is he gonna come?
Mm-hmm.
Hoping to investigate further, an officer knocks on the door and waits for a response. He waits for around a minute, and then, as the suspect in question finally emerges, the situation goes from 1 to 100 in an instant.
Okay. Appreciate that. Hey, sir.
I'll blow your head off.
Whoa, whoa.
The man, who would be later identified as 58-year-old Thomas Andrew Bond, points a gun at the officer and threatens to blow his head off. This elicits a shocked reaction from the officer, who quickly draws his own service weapon and opens fire.
Okay, get him on the side and let's get CPR, get medic.
Hi. Do we have medics code 3?
Yeah, we got medics coming.
All right. Let me get some gloves on.
The suspect is immediately taken down in a hail of bullets. Officers requested paramedics and started life-saving efforts, but Thomas Andrew Bond would later die from his injuries. After an investigation, the killing was deemed to be justified and the officers were cleared of any wrongdoing.
That grass is still going.
Oh no, dude.
If you know our channel, you know that seeing a group of people standing around a fire pit is never a good sign. As is typical, we can see a guy in the rear spreading what looks like gasoline all over a bunch of dry leaves.
Oh no, dude.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
Damn. Yeah, buddy.
Moments later, a random spark ignites the blaze, as well as the dummy that was pouring the petrol. The resulting fireball sends everyone running. Luckily, thanks to the magic of stupidity, everyone escaped unharmed.
Leave that you burned earlier was still on fire from that fuel.
Yeah.
Where am I going? Where am I going? Hey, babe, they don't let me go. No way, you are. She thinks it's I'm going home. You guys are supposed to put me on the plane. What am I gonna do sitting there? What am I gonna do sitting there?
First of all, we got babies up in here.
Tell me! No, I'm not. Tell me what I'm supposed to do sitting here. I'm supposed to be on that flight. I'm an American citizen. No, I'm not gonna calm down. I am an American citizen. You guys didn't put me on that flight. You took off without me. For what?
For some travelers, a pre-flight alcoholic beverage is a way to calm their nerves before taking a flight. For this Karen, though, alcohol seemed to have the opposite effect.
I need to file a complaint. I need to file a complaint after this man right here. I need to file a complaint after this man right here.
Security here. Security don't arrive.
No, I'm saying
Quarter be here in a minute.
Complaint over here. I'm saying I need to file a complaint over here. There you go. I need to file a complaint. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? I need to file a complaint. I need to file a complaint over that man. This man right here, he didn't allow me on the plane because he didn't allow my tickets to be checked. This man, me and you, this flight is going to go off. This will allow me on. This man didn't allow me on. This man didn't allow me on. For his own biases. He didn't allow me on.
She doesn't seem to know where she is going or what she's supposed to be doing. One thing is for sure, though, she doesn't like airport security. Thankfully, the police soon arrived to clear up any confusion. It turns out jail is where this woman was supposed to be heading all along.
I told you goodbye. Yeah, now that you're on camera, you want to go? Thank you. Bye. Bye.
I give a about that camera?
Do something then, Sam.
You really think I give a about that camera?
What are you going to do? You going to make threats?
No, you really think I give a
Goodbye. You need to go, Sam.
Here is another video in which we're immediately thrown into the action without much explanation. We have an irate man holding the camera and screaming bye to a woman, who then turns around and starts threatening him. Despite the man repeatedly telling the girl to go, she seems to decide it's time to have a therapy session right there in the middle of the street.
How can you do this after 3 months?
Goodbye. What do you not understand about goodbye, Sam?
What is so wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
I didn't do anything.
Bye.
You just don't want to.
How many times have I got to tell you
You
goodbye?
just don't want to believe me because you want a reason to leave.
Goodbye.
Admit it.
Goodbye.
Admit it.
Goodbye.
Tell me the truth.
I told you goodbye, and I'm not going to give you a reason. I don't need a reason
Yes,
to leave.
I do.
No. You think you need a reason. I'm not going to give you one.
I just spent 3 months.
Goodbye.
I have a right.
Goodbye.
You owe me an explanation.
I don't know you shit, Sam. You got that?
I was gonna let you live
Goodbye.
with me, barely even knowing you.
Goodbye.
Would you please listen?
Sam, I told you. Enough is enough. Go.
I didn't.
Go away, Sam.
No, I
Go
didn't
the away.
Or what?
What are you going to do?
What are you gonna do? I didn't steal your.
Sam, you ain't nothing. Get the away from me, woman.
No, you're nothing.
Get the away from me. I told you 100 times. Get the away from me.
I can't handle love.
And guess what? Neither can you. Bye.
Yeah, I can't.
Goodbye, Sam.
Not from stupid people like you.
Finally, the man loses his temper and screams for the woman to leave him alone. Frankly, it seems like they both kinda suck, so now they could be terrible on their own instead of together. A word of advice. If you're ever on board an articulated bus, known as a bendy bus or slinky bus, try not to stand in the middle section. In 2017, a bus in Brazil split in half when the pivoting joint failed. A passenger filmed the freak incident after realizing there was a problem and thinking it might deteriorate. Perhaps she should have warned the driver. Thankfully, no one was sitting or standing in the middle and everyone escaped without injury. Cardiff resident and 36-year-old mother Charlene Hobbs vanished under mysterious circumstances in July of 2024, leaving friends and family in a state of distress. In an effort to jog public memory and generate new leads, South Wales Police released CCTV footage showing Charlene shopping at Morrison's Local in Adamstown on July 23, 2024, the day before her disappearance. The investigation has since been extensive. Over 1,000 hours of CCTV footage has been reviewed, more than 250 addresses have been visited, and searches have been conducted across various terrains, including derelict buildings and waterways. 3 individuals were arrested in connection with the case but have since been released on bail. As of February 2025, Charlene remains missing. Local residents continue to organize weekly searches, pleading for more public involvement to help find Charlene. Her family and friends remain hopeful, urging anyone with information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, to come forward. Lots of killers get caught due to footage like this. It shows a couple buying a hacksaw, which they would later use to cut up the body of Sarah Mayhew before spreading her remains across London. Apparently, the couple had lured Mayhew to their flat for a tryst, but they secretly had plans to murder her the entire time. Other footage shows the female of the couple buying bleach, scouring pads, and other cleaning materials. Luckily, the two were caught quickly. The annual cheese rolling race is one of the wackiest, most thrilling, and possibly most painful events in England. It takes place every year at Coppers Hill in Gloucestershire. The aim is to be the first one to cross the finish line at the bottom of the hill, hopefully keeping all your limbs intact by the time you reach it. What do you get if you win? A large wall of double Gloucestershire cheese, weighing about 9 pounds or 4 kilograms. The greatest cheese rolling champion is a guy named Chris Anderson, a British Army veteran who has won the race a record 23 times. According to comments, the best strategy is to stay on your feet, or try to, at least. Look, if you're going to try and break into a home in broad daylight, you should, at the very least, try to keep an eye on your surroundings. This would-be robber. He is utterly clueless. The homeowner actually films him from above for several minutes, knowing full well that he's already called the police. Upon arriving, the boys in high-vis deliver a nice hello club to the knee and take the inattentive thief into custody.
That's it! You got it! How you got me? Put your hand right here! Put your hand on your back! Give me the phone! Right.
50 kilo at the feet, 50 alpha has the meal.
It's a really satisfying video, all things considered, especially since the thief never realized he was being filmed the entire time.
Up you get!
Hello, sir. Could I have your passport? It's all video recorded. I'm PC Williams. Please listen to this. We have been given information by Surrey Police that you are currently shown as wanted. Wanted for what? In connection with a rape of a 14-year-old girl.
In 2019, a last-minute arrest at Heathrow Airport in the UK prevented a dangerous criminal from escaping justice. 34-year-old Diri Ali Jamak, named Diddy, was wanted in connection with horrific crimes committed against a 14-year-old girl. Just minutes before his plane was due to take off to Ethiopia, for which he had a one-way ticket, the suspect was apprehended.
Wanted for in connection with a rape of a 14-year-old girl. In the connection of child abduction, human trafficking and grooming.
He was taken off the plane and officers read him his charges before taking him back where he belongs, behind bars.
Cheers, Kelvin.
Hold on. Elliot, come back. What's the problem with your... It's alright there? Yeah, it's right there.
Conversation with somebody I don't fucking trust. You're not complaining about her ass.
We really owe a lot to the bystanders who have the wherewithal to bring out their phones and capture public freakouts like this. A girl caught her man cheating and literally covered him with food in the restaurant before demanding that he leave with her.
Boy, y'all, come back, come on, fuck outside. Right now. You don't have...
And he does. The guy just gets up and walks after her like a scolded toddler. No wonder that man was cheating. He was trying to improve his life.
Take me back! Take me back now! I'm telling you, take me back now! I'm telling you, take me back now! Okay,
Here's another example of what not to do when you miss your stop. This woman in London chose to inconvenience other passengers and demanded that the driver take her back when she missed her planned destination.
Take me back! The whole time, take me, no, take me back! Take me back! If you can take me back, I'm going to take me back now!
She knows a bus is not like a taxi, right? Way to make your problem include everyone else, I guess. In February 2005, 25-year-old Lisa Dorian went missing after attending a party at Ballyhalbert Caravan Park in Northern Ireland. On February 26th, Lisa was captured on CCTV visiting the Saltwater Brig pub in County Down during the afternoon, and later that evening, she was seen entering and leaving the Loch and Quay pub, now the Groomsport Inn. These images are the last known footage of her. The investigation into Lisa's disappearance quickly escalated into murder inquiry, but despite extensive searches and numerous appeals, her body has never been found. Personal belongings, including her handbag, were discovered at the caravan park, yet no trace of Lisa herself emerged. February 2025 marked the 20th anniversary of Lisa's disappearance, and the Police Service of Northern Ireland released previously unseen footage in a renewed effort to uncover information. Alongside this, Crime Stoppers announced a £20,000 reward for details leading to the recovery of Lisa's remains or the convictions of those responsible. Despite the passage of time, the hope remains that someone, somewhere, holds the key to solving this decades-old mystery and providing closure to Lisa's loved ones. According to cave diving instructor Ian France, there is nothing better than to go where few, if any, have gone before. Based on this footage, which shows him and his friend Ashley squeezing through tight gaps underwater in England's Peak District, I have to disagree.
I'd say you were absolutely fine coming through there. I'd go past this first junction and then up the other way at the first one on the way in. I'll lead the way, and then when I get to the junction, I'll let you go first.
The pair were forced to use side-mounted oxygen tanks just to navigate the claustrophobic caves in 2018, and had a drill with them just in case they needed to chip away at the rock. They call it exhilarating. I call it terrifying. I see a lot of idiots in cars, but this one might actually take the cake. If you don't know, in the United States, you're supposed to stop whenever those big yellow buses do. People who break the rules typically drive around the outside. But this guy actually drove towards the side where the child was. Thank goodness they were okay. On March 13th, 2025, American Airlines Flight 1006 took off from Colorado Springs en route to Dallas-Fort Worth with 172 passengers and 6 crew members on board. Shortly after departure, the crew reported unusual engine vibrations and decided to divert to Denver International Airport. Upon landing and taxiing to gate C-38, the aircraft's right engine ignited, enveloping the plane in a thick black smoke. Emergency slides were deployed and all passengers and crew were evacuated onto the wing and tarmac. 12 people sustained minor injuries and were treated at local hospitals, but thankfully, everyone survived.
Talk to you about what?
He's my cousin. I didn't cheat.
Riri, you Dominican. He's a full-fledged black guy sitting in the living room with his boxers on. You're done.
I'm not fighting.
You're
No,
done.
no Spanish.
Please. Dude, stop hitting my car. Move. Go. Move. Get away from my car. Get the away from my car. Move. Go. Can you please go?
Vamos a hablar, por favor. Let's just talk. Let's just talk, please.
What is it talk about? What's there to talk about?
That he's my cousin.
Okay, we have a real situation here. The woman at the window of this car has been accused of cheating by her current boyfriend, but she's pleading with him, saying that the guy she was caught with was just her cousin.
I'm gonna break your car.
I gotta go to work, yo. I gotta go. I gotta go to work. Move away from my car. What? Hey, whoa. Hey, yo, Riri, get down, yo.
Let's talk.
Dude, you were outside in front of all my neighbors. Can you, or in front of your neighbors, actually. You have to get out of my car.
Open the door.
Can you please get away?
Can we talk?
Riri, no, I gotta go to work.
Can we talk?
Okay, go ahead, talk.
Vamos a hablar.
Can we talk? Go ahead.
Put the window down.
Don't speak, none of that
Put
shit.
the window down.
No, I'm talking like this.
I can't see you.
Talk to me.
I can't see you.
Talk to me.
I can't see you.
I can see you.
Put the window down.
Yo, talk.
Baja la ventana.
Okay, who is he then? Who is he?
My cousin. Ya yo te dije, habla español, es mi primo.
Riri, you are Dominican. How is he your cousin? The dude was blacker than me.
Just stop recording me. Can we just talk for a second?
No, we done.
The guy, however, quickly calls BS on that and attempts to drive away. Unfortunately, this young lady isn't having it. She first jumps in front of the car and attempts to break in. All the while, she keeps asserting that the guy her man caught in his boxers in her apartment is her cousin. Finally, she climbs on the hood of the car, daring him to drive with her on top of it, which he does.
I gotta go. No. Come on, Riri. I don't want to. Dude, get off the car. Dude, oh my God. Bro, I will go to work with you on the car. You go far.
If I fall, what?
You gonna fall.
If I fall,
Get off the car.
get off. You stop driving, you
Dog, please. Like, yo, I gotta go to work. You making me late. Yo,
in the car?
no, back up. Just back up.
To be honest, between her energy and her looks, I can see why he went for her.
Just talk out. Look.
I'm not gonna let you go.
Can you just back up?
Stop recording me.
Can you just back up?
Stop recording.
Dude, yo, chill.
Hope he didn't end up in the hospital after the camera cut off. In 2011, rioters in London made sure that nobody would be getting on board one particular bus in Tottenham. Protests over the police shooting of 29-year-old Mark Duggan quickly escalated, and as the night went on, rioters rampaged through the area, looting and setting things on fire. One of the most shocking scenes was when a bus was set ablaze. The fire started as rioters threw bottles and other objects, eventually lighting the bus on fire while it was still at the bus stop. The flames quickly consumed the vehicle, leaving it a burnt-out shell. It was a powerful symbol of the destruction sweeping across the area that night. Going through airport security can feel like a hassle, but remember, the workers are just doing their job. In January 2019, a South Korean tourist really didn't appreciate being selected for a secondary scan. Instead of complying, she resisted, shook off the worker's attempts to guide her, and then slapped the worker in the face. The traveler's partner had to step in to restrain her before other security officers could step in. The woman was ultimately fined just 1,000 Thai baht for the assault, around $30 US, while the airport worker was praised for her restraint, choosing not to escalate the situation or pursue further legal action.
¿Tú quién eres? ¿Tú qué haces con el marido mío? ¿Tú qué haces con el marido mío?
Fuera, suave, ya.
¿Ah?
Suave, vete para la casa.
¿Por qué me voy a ir para la casa?
Hablamos,
¿Por
ya.
qué? ¿Por qué me voy a ir para la casa? ¿Por qué? Cállate antes que te meta tu cachetada estúpida. ¿Tú qué haces con el marido mío? ¿Ah? Yo soy Linda Luchi. ¿Y qué de qué? ¿Tú qué haces con el marido mío? Estúpida.
¿Quién es ella?
No te dejes manipular de ella. No te dejes manipular de ella. Aquí está tu ropa. Ahí está tu ropa. Para que te largues con ella. Claro que sí. ¿Qué te crees tú? Imbécil. Estúpida. Mírala donde la trae a comer. Mírala a los mejores restaurantes de aquí. ¿Ah? ¿Aquí dónde vienes a traer a comer? ¿Quién me manda? ¿Quién me manda?
No le das lo que yo le doy.
Mamita, mírate el pelo. Mírate el pelo.
Ven, trae la ropa.
La ropa es mía. Mírate el gorilo. Suelta. Suelta. Atrevida, lisa, arbitraria.
Calling all Spanish speakers, we need some translations on this video because whatever is happening, it looks spicy. According to what most people have been able to discern, the man in the white shirt and the man in the white shorts are a couple, and white shorts just walked in on him cheating with a lady. What happens from here on out is basically a scene from your average south of the border telenovela. The Arepa people seem to be enjoying it, as is the cameraman.
Te falta mucho.
¿Te falta qué?
Te falta mucho. Míralo, pero está. Eso es lo que a ti te gusta, ¿verdad? No voy a arrancar. Te vas conmigo. Te vas conmigo. Suéltalo, Salisa. Suéltalo. Suéltalo. Te vas conmigo porque te vas conmigo. Te vienes. Eso es lo que te gusta. Comida que le pediste a ella me la voy a comer yo. La comida que pidió ella me la traes a mí, por favor. Gracias.
By the time the situation is resolved, there's a massive crowd of people cheering the events on. It looks like he got his boyfriend back too. A busy bus station can be a prime hunting ground for thieves and pickpockets. CCTV in India captured one such thief in action in 2021. Keep your eye on the man in the blue shirt. He looks around suspiciously, waiting for his moment. Then he strikes, snatching the chain from around a woman's neck before making a swift getaway. Thankfully, once this footage was released on social media, the suspect was arrested.
This is me. July 29th, 2008. It is 12:33 Mountain Time. Covering all my bases, making sure that if something happens to me or my family or all of us, that our assets are documented. Hope everything works out and we're all happy and live happily ever after as much as that's possible.
28-year-old Susan Powell, a devoted wife and mother of 2 young boys, was reported missing from her home in West Valley City, Utah on December 7, 2009. The previous year, Susan recorded a chilling video in which she spoke about her fears for her safety, revealing concerns about her husband Joshua and his controlling behavior. She mentioned his anger issues and a pattern of manipulative actions, suggesting that she might be in danger. The video has been widely regarded as a desperate cry for help, highlighting the toxic nature of her relationship, and it became crucial evidence in the investigation into her disappearance.
This is all stuff bought in a year or less through Home Depot on my credit. Josh bought a lot of stuff and then he had to bankrupt it. And then he bought a little bit more on my credit. There's a nice lamp. These are things to roll wood with. And I had necklaces too. I don't know where those are. I just got in a rage, as you can see, and broke this. There's duds and pearls and opals in there. Broke this and threw all my DVDs and made a mess because he was angry at me about a year or 2 back.
Joshua claimed he had taken their sons camping in blizzard conditions around midnight on December 7th, leaving Susan sleeping at home. However, searches of the alleged campsite yielded no evidence, and Joshua's account raised suspicions. Further investigation uncovered Susan's blood in the home and a handwritten note expressing fear for her life. Despite extensive searches and mounting evidence, Susan's whereabouts remain unknown. In February 2012, Joshua Powell, along with their 2 sons, died in a house explosion in Washington state in an apparent murder-suicide. The case of Susan's disappearance remains unresolved, with Susan presumed dead, but never legally declared so. This chilling footage comes from one of the most cunning crimes in recent memory. The person using the wheelchair might first seem like a victim, but he is, in fact, the killer. That's Stephen Patrick Ansborough, and the door he's driving past repeatedly belongs to Jane Collinson, his future victim. At one point, she goes inside the woman's flat, leaving his chair at the door. He stays inside for more than 7 hours, during which he stabs the victim over 60 times. Next, he improvises a way to lock the deadbolt from the inside, thus concealing his crime. He then returns to his own flat where he slashes his throat to make it seem as if he had been attacked.
Stephen?
You, Stephen?
Do you want to just sit up? Right, Stephen.
Just a second.
Okay, I'll give you time.
Just a
All right, Stephen. Okay. The time by my watch is 01:53 hours on Sunday the 5th of March 2023. This moment in time, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder, okay? You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand that caution?
Yeah.
Okay.
What we're presented with is the body of Jane Collinson, which was discovered on Saturday the 4th of March 2023 inside Barnacastle. She was deceased and she has numerous injuries, Stephen. Are you responsible for her death or those injuries?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Police later confronted Ansborough, who eventually pled guilty. Are you the type to investigate when things go bump in the night? How about a massive crash on your front lawn? According to the uploader of the video, this incident happened at 12:30 a.m. on Valentine's Day 2025. They raced outside after hearing a horrific sound and saw that their mailbox had gone, their sprinklers were broken, and their daughter's car had been pushed into the neighbor's roses. Oh, and there was now an allegedly drunk driver and another crashed car in the driveway.
Oh my God! Call Dad! Call Dad! Oh my God! Dude!
The poster claims the only injury was to their feet after stepping on broken glass. Ouch. Now that we have doorbell cameras, we have to assume we're catching a ton of bad behavior on tape that had previously gone completely unnoticed. This video shows a man delivering a package and then deciding to use the bushes to relieve himself. Upon noticing the camera, he changes his mind. I mean, is it really necessary to pee right there? The world is full of trees and bushes that are a lot more private. Smoking on airplanes has been banned since the 1990s, but not every passenger seems to know or care about the law. This guy was filmed lighting up on a flight, much to the concern of everyone else on board.
Oh my God. That's against the law. You do know that, right? Where's your boarding pass?
In his defense, he appears to be more of a forgetful passenger than a rebellious one. Maybe he's just a nervous flyer.
Yeah, I'm the one that needs restraining orders.
You're so funny.
I know. That's why he
You're
loves
so
me.
ratchet.
Oh, I'm ratchet? Who's the one that
yeah.
has herpes again? I'm really confused.
Oh my God, dude. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Here's a little girl-on-girl action for you. That is, new girlfriend on ex-girlfriend. The video starts off with the ex calling the new girl ratchet, to which she responds with a shocking truth. Ouch. That has to sting, in more ways than one. The only bad part of this is that it shuts off right when it seems like it's about to get good. Wonder if Alicia is about to throw hands or just more words.
Let's go.
So you know what?
Let's go.
I'll get the kids taken away from you. It's cool. Bye. Hey, Victoria, remember. You gonna eat shit, Alicia. Bye. Remember.
31-year-old Kibaram Fikadu was a regular at coffee shops at Paddington Station, Heathrow Airport, and Central Bus Station in London. Only, he wasn't there for the coffee. He was there to steal people's belongings. CCTV footage shows Fikadu in action, using his coat to cover a woman's handbag and take her items using his 5-finger discount. This is why you should always be vigilant at bus stations and keep your belongings in sight. In August 2010, 20-year-old Amber Takaro went on a trip to Edmonton, Canada. She accepted a ride from an unidentified man near Nisku, Alberta, and during the ride, Amber made a chilling phone call.
Where are we by? We're just heading south of Beaumont, or north of Beaumont. We're heading north of Beaumont. Yo, where are we going? No, this is a... Are you kidding me? You better not be taking me anywhere I don't want to go. I want to go into the city. Jeez. Yo, we're not going into the city, are we? No, we're not. Then where these roads going to? 50th Street. 50th Street. Are you sure? Absolutely. Yo, where are we going? 50th Street. 50th Street? 50th Street. East, right? East. Over down. Bravo. Bravo.
She can be heard telling the driver, "You'd better not be taking me anywhere I don't want to go." Tragically, Amber was never seen again. 2 years later, her remains were discovered in a field in Leduc County. Despite the audio recording of Amber's final moments, the identity of the man remains unknown, and the case remains unsolved. In July 2019, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police issued an apology to Amber's family, acknowledging shortcomings in the investigation. They continue to seek public assistance in identifying the man heard in the recording. This footage shows a man enjoying a drink at his local pub before treating himself to some Chinese food. However, this man had actually just killed his long-term partner in a jealous rage, strangling her at her home just days before her birthday. It's always amazing how these killers can just go about their business like nothing is happening. Window washing can be a dangerous profession, especially if you work in New York City, and even more so if your rigging comes loose. 2 window washers were left dangling 700 feet above Manhattan on February 28, 2025, and they hung on for dear life as high winds sent them spiraling out of control. The scaffolding smashed into apartment windows and sent glass shattering to the ground below.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing, the fact that they weren't tied off.
Thankfully, no one was injured, and both workers were rescued less than 20 minutes after their ordeal began. Those who remember the infamous blue and black or white and gold dress will know that people often see different things when looking at the same object. In this case, some people see a very calm mountain lion walking through this reporter's shot.
They're very grateful that things weren't any worse. As far as the damage goes this morning, what you're seeing is actually a dog coming into our live shot. I think it's a dog. I'm not sure. But anyway, there's some sort of creature below me.
Others see a large dog. Both seem plausible. But if it was indeed a mountain lion, this reporter is extremely lucky.
Coming into our live shot. I think it's a dog. I'm not sure. But anyway, there's some sort of creature below me. And really all that's been affected is what's supposed to be a road right below my feet. And it's just basically covered in mud. But other than that, there's not much damage to report. So some great news out of Utah County. But of course, a lot of effort that was put into this to make sure none of these communities were affected. And of course, the families were kept safe.
God damn it! Who does that to a woman like me? No! 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 Get me out of this place! You rapist!
What?
Get me out of here! Get me out of here! I'm gun on me because I'm homeless! Get me out!
There are some things you just can't do or say in an airport and expect to get away with. This woman was very upset at not being able to catch a flight, and when screaming in the worker's face failed to get her on board, she made the stupid mistake of claiming she had a gun.
She's a gun. She had a gun. She said that. Yeah, she said that. She did. She said a gun. Yeah. She said I have a gun on me. Right.
Perhaps realizing the seriousness of her threat, she quickly picks up her bag and makes for the exit. You could bet security was not far behind her. This video has a little bit of everything. Florida people, property destruction, and a good old-fashioned case of mistaken identity. Surveillance footage shows a woman setting her ex-boyfriend's car on fire. The only problem? It wasn't his car. And she really set it on fire, too. I mean, you could pretty much sit around and roast marshmallows on that blaze. Probably the most shocking thing about all of this is that the lady is just 19, and she's now facing a second-degree arson charge. Her boyfriend's car is presumably fine. In October 2016, a chilling incident unfolded at a school bus stop.
I'm completely unlike myself. I'm very paranoid, and I'm not a very paranoid person. I put my kids on the bus like I do every morning, and I was standing waiting for my ride to work.
A woman was robbed at gunpoint just minutes after her children boarded the bus.
He's like, "Give me your purse." That's when I look down and I see the gun, and then next thing I know, it's pointed at my head.
The assailant approached her, brandished a firearm, and demanded her valuables. The victim complied, handing over her belongings, and the robber fled the scene.
He actually made me hand over my phone as well. You will not catch me outside after dark, and I really don't particularly care for being by myself. Like, I don't want to be alone anywhere because I'm so paranoid.
The entire ordeal was recorded on nearby security cameras, providing clear images of the suspect. This footage was subsequently released by the police in hopes of identifying and apprehending the perpetrator. On March 7, 2018, 30-year-old Georgina Garshala, a mother of two from Worthing, England, suddenly went missing. Her last known moments were captured on CCTV, showing her visiting a shop to get her phone fixed. She was expected at the local job center and had plans to meet her father, but she never arrived at either location. In 2019, due to a lack of evidence of Georgina being alive, the case was reclassified as a homicide. As of March 2025, Georgina's whereabouts remain unknown, and her case continues to haunt her family and the community. The police have renewed appeals for information, urging anyone who knows something to come forward for the sake of Georgina's family and justice.
We know that I want to admit it. I am admitting the offences, but I don't really want to go into detail here. Okay, we appreciate that. And what offences are you admitting, David? As you've just described to me. Okay. In terms of the corpses. Okay. Have you been recording yourself doing those things? Recording yourself corpses? Yeah. Okay. Did you record who they were? Any details on the hard drive?
This one is going to be difficult to explain, but let's start with the facts. The person being interviewed here is David Fuller, a Kent native. Between 2007 and 2020, Fuller abused the bodies of at least 101 women and girls in Kent area hospitals, where he worked as an electrician.
Yes. Oh, okay. Sorry. Did you record their names? Yes. Okay. Did you record their ages? Yes. Okay. David, this is probably the hardest question. Alright? Well, the hardest one for you to answer. But when you try and feel comfortable answering it, why did you record what was going on?
As if that's not bad enough, Fuller was also a killer and was given 2 life sentences for killing 2 girls in 1987. At least we know he isn't going anywhere. It's not just humans who do crazy things. This horse decided to play a game of chicken on the train tracks and narrowly avoided becoming a horse meat sandwich. The train's passengers can sense the danger as another train comes hurtling towards them in the opposite direction. But as it approaches, the horse casually gallops between the two and doesn't even break its stride. Maybe it's running late for a meeting, or maybe it works for the Pony Express. Either way, it's probably more reliable than the trains where I live. It's extremely rare that we get to see the aftermath of a robbery, let alone get a glimpse into why the event occurred in the first place.
Demanded money from the cashier, but then I guess in a change of heart or change of mindset, I'm not gonna do it.
This footage shows a man walking into a convenience store with his gun drawn. However, after the clerk handed over the case, the robber decided not to take it, saying that it simply wasn't enough to pay for his daughter's kidney transplant.
What do you think should happen to him?
Hard to say. I think for willing to use the gun or taking the gun out of his pocket, I think he should be punished for that. But in the same time, us as a society, I think we should do something to help people like that and not push them to the edge where they have to use their gun.
It's a sad reminder that not everyone who does things like this is a bad person. Some have just been really pushed to the edge by circumstances.
You have a bag here? Oh. I didn't come in.
Alcohol and planes should not mix. Unfortunately, all too often they do, and there's always one person who has one drink too many. This guy clearly got the party started long before arriving at the hotel bar and had to be carried off by police as soon as the plane touched down. That's one way to start your holiday, with a massive hangover in the airport jail.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
You know a video is about to be good when it starts out with a woman in latex hanging off a balcony.
My ex is crazy and I have to lock all my doors. Hey, dude, you need to go.
I'm coming back.
No, you're not.
I'm moving my stuff back,
I broke up with you last night. You're leaving.
I don't care.
And all your stuff is here?
Yeah,
Are you
I have
crazy?
nowhere to go. Move.
Apparently, this guy broke up with this girl last night, probably because she was wearing that outfit. Anyway, she seems very reluctant to leave, strutting around like she owns the place and even claiming that she's just gonna go take a shower.
No, get out of my apartment. No, you need to go. Stop. Seriously. Okay, go to the front door now.
No.
What are you doing?
I need to take a shower.
Fine, you're staying in here.
What?
That turns out to be the fatal error though, because the guy just closes the door on her, locking her in. Real or staged? It's hard to tell, but bad behavior caught on camera is just too hard to ignore. In April 2024, CCTV footage emerged showing a pensioner at a bus stop in East London bravely fending off two alleged pickpockets. This video captures the elderly man standing with his back to the suspects, who attempt to sneakily lift items from his coat pocket. Noticing their actions, the man swiftly grabs his pocket and raises his fist in defiance, causing the would-be thieves to retreat. Now they know that this old man is not to be messed with. In late November 2012, 26-year-old Emma Filipoff disappeared in Canada. Originally from Perth, Ontario, Emma had been living in Victoria, British Columbia for about a year. On November 28, 2012, her final known moments were captured on surveillance footage at a 7-Eleven store around 6 p.m. The video shows her entering and exiting multiple times, appearing anxious and hesitant, as if wary of someone outside. Later that evening, she was spotted barefoot near the Empress Hotel, visibly distressed. Concerned bystanders alerted the police, who spoke with her for approximately 45 minutes but ultimately deemed her not a threat to herself or others and let her go. This was the last confirmed sighting of Emma. The investigation uncovered her abandoned van containing personal belongings, including her passport and laptop, but no significant clues to her whereabouts. Over the years, various leads have emerged, including reports of a man seen removing Emma's missing persons poster in Vancouver, claiming she was his girlfriend who had simply left to escape her parents. Even though security footage captured the man, he has never been identified. In 2024, authorities launched a renewed effort to identify this man in the green shirt, releasing a police sketch in hopes of generating new leads. But, as of now, Emma's fate remains unknown. This may not involve murder, but it's still one of the most despicable things we've seen. This paramedic is stealing 60 pounds from a 94-year-old who has just passed away minutes after he was called to help save her. He does see the camera and puts it back, but the damage is clearly already done. I mean, how low can you possibly go, man?
What are you doing?
As regular viewers will know, videos filmed at railroad crossings all too often end in disaster. This guy almost filmed another tragedy when he spotted a man on a quad bike ignoring the barriers, the bells and big flashing red lights, and narrowly missing the oncoming train. The fact he put the dog in danger is what makes the clip even more infuriating. Could he not have waited 30 more seconds to cross? While we're on the subject of chainsaws, here's a couple of people who have offered to cut down a friend's tree. It's a nice gesture, but it soon becomes clear that neither of these guys have the slightest idea how to use it. This becomes especially evident when the tree lands on top of the guy, resulting in him almost giving himself the Leatherface treatment. More like Redneck Chainsaw Massacre, huh? After a long journey, the first thing many people want to do is get some rest. Most people wait to get to their hotel room to lie down, but not this guy. As some other people wait for their luggage, standing around like fools, this man decides to get some shut-eye on the conveyor belt. Either that or his friends put him on there for a joke. I wonder if anyone claimed him or if he ended up in lost luggage. Here's another one of those caught cheating in public videos. You almost have to hand it to these men and women. You have to be an amateur Sherlock Holmes to catch somebody in the act. After delivering a nice slap to her man, this little sleuth takes the competition down by the hair. She doesn't fight back though. Like a true Gen Z, she just stays on her phone the whole time. I mean, is it really worth showing off if you don't know you're on social media? If you see a man circling a bus stop in India, hold on to your hats and your jewelry because something is about to go down. This footage from 2020 shows a man in a black jacket stalking his victim. He waits until the coast is clear and then snatches the chain from the unsuspecting woman's neck. Before the woman knows what's happened, the thief runs away with the loot. Despicable. "24-year-old Rebecca Coriam was a British crew member who worked as a youth counselor aboard the Disney Wonder cruise ship. On March 22, 2011, the ship was en route from Los Angeles to the Mexican Riviera when Rebecca failed to report for duty. Concerned colleagues initiated a search, but she was nowhere to be found. The last known footage of Rebecca comes from the ship's CCTV, showing her in the crew lounge at approximately 5:45 a.m., engaged in a phone call. She appeared visibly distressed, and after hanging up, she was seen walking away while running her hands through her hair. The investigation into her disappearance was led by authorities in the Bahamas, as the ship was registered there. However, the inquiry was heavily criticized for its lack of thoroughness and transparency.
Just very, very painful. And the thought of not seeing her again, I don't know. It's frightening to think about it, really.
We just don't know what happened to her, do we? That's the worst.
Rebecca's whereabouts remain unknown, and her case continues to be a disturbing reminder of the mysteries that can occur on the high seas. One of the biggest cases in the U.S. in recent years is that of Laken Riley, a 22-year-old nursing student who was killed by a man who had entered the U.S. illegally. In February of 2024, she was out for a morning run, where she was attacked and killed. Footage from the perpetrator's trial shows the girl jogging as well as the killer, who was lurking around on campus. Footage from a police body cam shows police questioning the 26-year-old perpetrator, who denied involvement, even when asked about scratches and bruises on his body.
What injuries did you observe?
I noticed on his right arm, his bicep, there was a scratch, which I identified as a potential defensive wound. On his left arm, he had a forearm scratch that was very similar, which in my mind looked like fingernail scratches to me.
He was later found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Sports fans have some crazy rituals, and some are willing to go the extra mile to see their team win. This woman was spotted doing some voodoo in the stands, attempting to put a hex on the opposition. To her credit, her team won, but it seems a little too evil for a football game. Plus, what happens when the opponents start using voodoo as well? The amount of bad behavior taking place aboard planes has become intolerable. Luckily, many airlines still employ air marshals to keep the peace. In this case, some passengers decided they needed to go into the cockpit to talk to the captain. Things got so bad, the air marshal ended up pulling his weapon. And believe me, you don't want a gun going off on a plane.
Don't worry, Muhammad. Relax.
I mean, what could these people have possibly had to say to the pilot? They got a faster route or something? When will people learn that screaming and shouting are never going to win them any favors at an airport? The person who filmed this footage claims they had just arrived at Newark Liberty International Airport and noticed two women acting erratically. It becomes clear that one woman has been denied boarding and this doesn't sit well with them. Of course, rather than dealing with this situation like mature adults, they cause a scene and end up being tackled by security. I guess neither of them is going to Dublin now.
Yo, go get me a vanilla ice cream, sprinkles. Look at this. Oh, safari? I mean, you got your period panties on. Just let that go. Sure, they got the pamper. Woo! I told y'all this summer was gonna be extra spicy. See, all y'all females running around that y'all not supposed to be fucking. You a side bitch on the side of a building. Have a good night, ma.
What's the last thing you want to hear when you're hooking up? Honey, I'm home. This woman was sleeping with a married man, only to have his wife come home in the middle of the act. You really have to hand it to this girl. She manages to hold on for a while, but nothing lasts forever, does it? It's a shame she had to bear the brunt of the mistake, as he was the one married.
Disgusting. Hey, come on.
The golden rule for traveling on a bus is to keep your arms and germs to yourself. The Karen in this clip clearly didn't get the memo. For some unknown reason, she spits on the passenger sitting nearby.
Oh my god. Oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Spit on me.
He responds by ejecting her from the bus and she falls down onto the pavement. Clearly, she was in the wrong to begin with. But what do you think of the guy's reaction? The disappearance of 22-year-old Trevor Deely is one of Ireland's most troubling cases. In the early hours of December 8, 2000, Trevor left his company's Christmas party and stopped by his office, perhaps to grab an umbrella or check some emails. CCTV footage captures him chatting briefly with a mysterious figure dressed in black outside the building. Trevor then continued his journey homeward. More CCTV footage shows him strolling past the Bank of Ireland ATM on Haddington Road at approximately 4:14 a.m., with the same dark-clad figure trailing about 30 seconds behind. Trevor would not be seen again. The investigation into his disappearance has seen numerous twists and turns. In 2017, acting on a tip from an informant, authorities searched a wooded area in Dublin, suspecting foul play by a known criminal. The result was a cache of unrelated firearms and drugs, but no sign of Trevor. In December 2023, the Irish police announced they identified and interviewed the man in black from the CCTV footage, concluding he was not linked to Trevor's disappearance. To this day, Trevor Deely's vanishing act remains a riddle. His family continues to seek closure, holding on to hope that someday someone will stumble upon the missing piece in this intricate puzzle. Carjacking is a crime that is growing more and more common. However, in this case, the perpetrator does an incredibly sloppy job. He gets inside the car while the owner is just a few feet away and while her mother is still in the passenger seat. For her part, the older woman attempted to prevent the man from stealing the vehicle, resulting in some minor injuries. The man then drove off in the car, which he crashed not long after this incident. This next thief had terrible timing, and his robbery was interrupted by the exact person he didn't want to see. On January 17, 2024, an armed robber hit a 7-Eleven in West Covina, California. After flashing the gun in his waistband, he orders the clerk to fill up a plastic bag with cash. But then, with the money in hand and mere meters from the exit, in walks a regular customer who just so happens to be a cop.
So I saw the subject in there, and at first I really didn't think anything. I saw the gloves, I saw the ski mask, and given that night it was a little chilly, so I figured, okay.
Sergeant Abel Hernandez had just stopped by for some water when he witnessed the thievery taking place. It took him a second to cotton on to what was happening, but when he did, it took just a few more seconds to take down the criminal.
To me, it seemed slow, even though I looked at the video and it seemed like I took off pretty quick. Everything sort of slows down, but I mean, I was able to catch him 15, 20 feet right outside the doors of the store.
Officers later recovered around $400 and a loaded handgun from the would-be thief. This has to be the quickest, albeit luckiest response time I've ever seen. Here's footage of some car arsons being committed in Iceland, of all places, a country with a crime rate so low it's almost non-existent. Apparently, this person has been going around lighting cars on fire indiscriminately. He's not even that good at it, frankly. Most of the fires go out as he sort of just casually strolls around. The good news is that, this being Iceland, the chances of finding this person are pretty solid. It's easy to let your guard down at the airport. After all, you're most likely in holiday mode, relaxing or tired and on your way home. But you should always keep your luggage inside and within reach. This footage was released to the public by police in the UK as a reminder to do just that. It shows a thief in action at the Heathrow airport. Watch as he steals a woman's bag by using his coat as a shield. He's actually working as part of a team, with his partner in crime also helping to show the act and distract the victim. 1 second the bag is there, then it's gone. Thankfully, 3 people were arrested in connection with this crime, so they didn't end up getting away with it.
What were the messages between you and Trinity about?
Oh, it was her boyfriend.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
I was sitting next to her in the car. I know everything. No, come here. I have screenshots of it on TikTok too.
That's not Malachi. That's Malachi's phone.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, he can still look it up on my TikTok. Screenshots of my TikTok. It's already posted, and she's live, and she's recording.
It's been a minute since we saw a good cheaters getting caught on video, so let's try this one on for size. This woman is sitting on her boyfriend's lap, all casual and lovey-dovey, but if you listen to their conversation, she's actually telling him that she has photos of him texting her friend, who is recording the entire confrontation.
I have screenshots of you wanting to her. I have screenshots of everything. I drove 2 hours out here to come confront you in person and break up with you in person. That's why I didn't bring the tattoo gun, if you didn't realize. But here, let's look at this real quick. Is there any way to get your shit to load faster? Here, get your phone out.
It's on his thing.
Grab your phone, because your phone will load it faster. Well, you're not on a hotspot, it's your data, so here, go to my account. We're gonna...
The look on this guy's face is pretty priceless. You can literally see the wheels spinning as he tries to come up with a lie that can save him, and the best part.
Messages between you two. Hi. So me and Nesto broke up. What you doing tonight? Nothing. I wanna do some. Sure. Okay, bet. What we gonna do? I don't care. You trying to why? I just wanted to hook up. All right. I'm in halfway. You trying to fuck? Why? I just wanted to hook up. All right. I'm in halfway. So if I come, you down or not? We can hang out. Cause I don't want to waste my time and see where things go, bro. I'm just trying to get to the point and want to hook up or not, or want to hook up or not. And you said yeah. So what's that about?
There are other people in the room as all of this is going down. She then reads the messages out loud to him. The girl better become a detective because she is a true savage.
I have the messages. So what's the point in denying any of it? Just tell me the truth. And then telling me not to come out here because she was going to be on her way out here tonight. That's why you thought me not to come out here. I'm not stupid. Do not treat me like I'm stupid. Because she was going to come out here tonight, as so you thought.
No.
You're not cute enough for that, bud. Do not flatter yourself. All right. You're at the bed.
The Jewish man in this clip is also seemingly unhappy with this journey. We don't know why, but he really doesn't like the doors and windows on this bus. After smashing one pane of glass, he returns to pick up his drink.
יוסי די! תירגע! יוסי אתה לא רגוע! יוסי אתה מגזים!
Then he comes back for some more door demolition, though he's not quite as destructive the second time around. Was it something the driver said? I guess we'll never know.
ka, man.